Roman Griffin here with, I guess it's Jodi Picoult. I guess that's how you say her name. Picoult, Picoluti, Piccolo, Brian Piccolo. Remember Brian's song? That was a sad movie. Anyhow, with more of a technical review of her writing, which is not horrible, but it's not that good. For instance, here we have a dangling modifier here. He resembled the delivery man from the pizza place that had a thin crust. The pizza place had a thin crust. Aces there, Jodi. Way to go, baby. There's a thing called an expletive, which is a pronoun use. You can use it sparingly. However, using it 3 times in a row sticks out like a sore thumb. I'll stick my thumb in your eye. Anyhow, she uses it 3 times in a row. It says a month later, and it's usually there was, it is. That's like an expletive. A month later, I could tell you that serving on a jury is nothing like you see on TV. There was, that's the expletive, there was a lot of being paraded back and forth between the courtroom and the jury room. There was bad food from a local deli for lunch. There were lawyers who liked to hear themselves talk. If she wrote this, now I just rearranged it a little bit. If she were to write this using subjects and verbs as opposed to there was and there is, what you would have is the bailiff would parade us back and forth between the courtroom and the jury room often. We ate bad food from a local deli for lunch. The lawyers loved to hear themselves talk. This is what you have. As opposed to there was, there was, there was, now we have subjects and verbs to take the place of them. Another problem is this book is written from the point of view of a few characters. I think there's 4 different characters that this book is based upon their point of view. The problem is each chapter is named after a person. There's June, there's Maggie, there's Lucius, and I think there's Michael. Okay, there's 4. The problem is if you're going to do that, that's fine, but each character needs his or her own particular voice. This book is clearly written the same fashion by the same person. So when you name chapters and tell it from a first-person point of view, and by the way, these people know just too much about everything in order for it to be strictly first person. That's one thing, which isn't major, but once again, for the purists, you wouldn't like it. But secondly, when you write like this, you have to give each person their own voice. Make it from their point of view, make it with their words, but it's clearly the whole book is written by the same person. All it is, she should have just numbered the chapters and left that part out, meaning she could have just had a name there and who's describing it. Well, it still wouldn't work. What am I talking about? Anyhow, it fails miserably there. It's the same thing over and over. Everybody has the same voice. How could 4 people, one's a guy who's in prison, then you have the mother everybody's dying on her. Then you have the token gay guy in prison that's the guy, I already said him, Lucius. Michael's now a priest. He was on the jury from the trial from her. Anyway, it's just too much. That's a problem. It falls short big time in that respect. You have to, if you're going to name people, give them a voice. I know I'm being repetitive, but all these books are, so why the hell can't I be? Huh? Hey, don't make me dance. I'll bury that Justin Timberlake kid. I can get it done. Anyhow, yes, the Jodi Picoult thing, the style, she doesn't really write, and she relies too much on your own sympathy of the characters, not building characters up in order for it to be effective. So, and then there is that plagiarism problem that I will get to in another video, so keep an eye out for that one.